Hello, everyone. Welcome back to BlockLeap Academy. Today, we are going to see Bitcoin versus gold. We are going to see why so many institutions are now saying, and massive institution, we saw it previously, BlackRock, JP Morgan, you name it. They are all saying that Bitcoin is the new gold 2.0. So we are going to explain why these people are saying something like that, which is very surprising. Sorry, let's go. So why Bitcoin is called by these, I would say, master of the world, why is called gold 2.0? So we saw in several parts of this course already, that Bitcoin is a very scarce digital asset. We said it's a hard asset, and we talk about the stock to flow ratio. And we would even say now that it's Bitcoin, because it's got like a very limited supply of 21 million, and we are already at 18.5 million Bitcoin in circulation. We say, and this is important for you to remember, that Bitcoin is absolute digital scarcity. This concept is paramount for you. Okay, so I repeat, absolute digital scarcity. What does it mean? Scarcity means there is not a lot around. So again, I'm talking about Picasso all the time. So the Picasso painting are scarce because you've got not a lot of them. And you don't have any production of new Picassos, which is the guarantee that your asset is going to go up forever. Bitcoin is the same. It's got only 21 million. We know exactly how many Bitcoins are going to be created every day. I remind you, and well, we will talk about that, but it's now, for instance, we're at the beginning of 2022, it's 900 Bitcoin a day. In 2024, it would be half of it. In 2028, half of it. In 2030, 32, half of it. So meaning every 4 years, you've got a shock supply, which is very important. Okay, meaning that the inflation of Bitcoin is not going up, it's going down. So this is why we can say that Bitcoin is absolute digital scarcity, because every 4 years, you've got less and less Bitcoin around and more people wanting them. Okay, so this concept is very important. And this is why actually banks and institutions and hedge funds and corporations, now countries and the central bank, think that if you put, and this is important, we will see in the course, that Bitcoin is not only the price. A lot of people say, oh, I can't buy a Bitcoin, I'm so sad. It's not the problem. It's the issue with Bitcoin. The good aspect of Bitcoin is like, because it's absolute digital scarcity, if you put value in it, meaning you've got 100,000, if you put this value in it, your value is going to go up forever. So as well, think of Bitcoin and this thermodynamic, we will go back to this concept, thermodynamic system, that each time you put value in it, this value is going to go up forever. So this is very important for you to, and I think it could change your mind about why Bitcoin is so important. I repeat, it's not about the price, it's about the value you put in the system, and this value, you will keep it for your grandchildren, okay? So this is what absolute digital scarcity is about. And you are totally entitled to ask the following. My students always ask me that, and they are right. You say, okay, why would I risk putting my money on Bitcoin? Because it's online and everything online is hacked. So what is the security on Bitcoin? And all these big corporations did their, studied the principle like you are doing now, and we are going to see why Bitcoin is unhackable and never been hacked in 13 years. we will see that in chapter 2, more technical aspect of Bitcoin. But these people went through this technical aspect and saw that it was absolutely impossible to hack Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is a sound monetary system where, when I was talking about thermodynamic, meaning that you don't, if you put value in it, you don't have any leak. You have no hacker doing anything on it. This is why the price is going up, up, up. So if you are still doubting of why Bitcoin is so good, you just have to go through this chapter 2 in order to convince yourself that Bitcoin is unhackable, is the most secure network on earth. Therefore, because you've got this absolute digital scarcity, the price is going to go up forever. This train of thought is being applied. It's been all these people, the CEOs of all these massive corporations went through it, and their conclusion was, oh my God, it's true that Bitcoin can't be hacked. And because there is this absolute digital scarcity, the price, like a Picasso, is going to go up forever. Therefore, they say it's way better than gold. Why? And this is the answer. Okay, so this is, it could look a little bit technical, but I promise it's very easy to understand. So before, I think in the lesson 1, we talk about the fact that the difference between fiat money and Bitcoin is that fiat money has an unlimited supply and is very centralized, okay? And we saw that Bitcoin has this limited supply, 21 million coin, and it's decentralized. So let's go back, because it's more or less the same topic here, but this time we add gold to the equation. And the traits of money, so is like, you have to tick all these boxes in order to have the best form of money, all right? So for instance, if you want to create a money, this money must be fungible, interchangeable, meaning that if I've got €1 in my pocket and you've got 1 in yours, we can exchange. You will find it okay, because €1 is equals €1. They are interchangeable. It's called fungible. Non-consumable means you can't eat it. So obviously, if you want a good form of money, you can't eat it or smoke it. For instance, the tobacco was a form of money in America in the 18th century. So it was a form of money, but it wasn't the best because obviously you can smoke it. So it's not really durable, which is another trait of money. It has to be durable, meaning like gold. If you put gold somewhere, 1,000 years after, gold will be there. So it's durable. Gold is very highly durable. Okay. Portable, meaning that you can take it from your home to Japan, get a flight, and it's easy. Even if you've got your Bitcoin in a USB key, you can have like 100 million in it. It's easy. Okay. With gold, for instance, it's not easy. Imagine you've got like 1 million worth of gold and you want to take a plane, you will have many issues about that. Okay, so gold is not really portable. Here they say moderate, I would say very low. Okay, highly divisible. This is really interesting and very, very, I mean, once you start understanding Bitcoin, this aspect is incredible. Highly divisible means like if I show you here, for instance, $1 or £1, okay, I'm asking you how many unit do you have in £1? You would say you've got 100 cents, okay? So it's 100. But now I'm showing you a Bitcoin. How many unit do you have in a Bitcoin? You've got 100 million units, okay? Do you know the name of these units? I give you like 1 minute, pause the video and try to find the name of these units. Maybe you know it, so you can carry on with the video, but if you don't know it, pause it and find the name of this unit, the name of it. Okay, the name is Satoshi. So you've got 100 million Satoshis in one Bitcoin, all right? So it's highly divisible. Secure, meaning that you can't counterfeit it. We saw that before, and you will see it in chapter 2. It's impossible to hack Bitcoin. Therefore, the security is very high. It's easily transactable. Obviously, today it's true that if you want to buy a coffee with Bitcoin, it's going to take time. But if you use Bitcoin, we will see that later, but on a second layer technology is instant. So with Bitcoin, it's very instant. With cash is instant, but with gold, obviously, you can't buy coffee with gold, okay? So it's very low. Scarce, we saw the whole scarcity issue. I'm not going to talk about that. Just look at it, okay? Gold is moderately scarce because you've got every year, like the mining gold mining brings like 3% more gold every year. So it's not like an absolute scarcity. Fiat, we saw that is not scarce at all because you've got trillions every year, new dollars, new euros in the economy. And then the three parts, the three trades, the last three trades, sovereign, meaning that government control, obviously Bitcoin is not, which is here is red, low, but it means green because it's totally out of control, corporations and governments. And decentralized, we saw that, and smart, programmable, meaning that you can program the way you are going to send Bitcoin, etc., etc. We will go back to that anyway. So this is very important. Once imagine you are sitting next to the CEO of BlackRock, which is the biggest asset manager in the world. I think we are now at $9 trillion, which is not even mind-boggling. So you are sitting next to this man, and you both are looking at that, and you just look at each other and say, "Oh my God, wow, gold Bitcoin, sorry, is way better than gold. Look at that. Bitcoin is green everywhere." Okay, so again, this is what these people saw, and this is what they decided to accept, saying, "Okay, Bitcoin is way better than gold." So the only downside of that, once you see it, you say, okay, my concern, I repeat, could be, all right, but Bitcoin is online and maybe you can hack it. So you need to be sure that you have to study the fact that is unhackable. And after that, you just have to accept that Bitcoin is the new gold. But again, in chapter 2, we will study the fact, we will see how and why Bitcoin is absolutely unhackable. All right. So we're saying you are sitting next to the CIO of BlackRock. Okay. And this man said Bitcoin will take place of gold to a large extent. And you have to understand that today the market cap of Bitcoin is around 800 billion. And the market cap of gold is around 11 trillion. Okay. So the way is really long, okay? But it's going to happen. And when Bitcoin is going to be 11 trillion in market cap, the price of each Bitcoin will be around $500,000, $500,000, okay? And it could happen fast, maybe in the next 3 or 4 or 5 years. And so this man, Rick Reeder, which is the CIO of BlackRock, said Bitcoin is here to stay. So again, once you study Bitcoin as we are doing, and then you make sure that it's a sound and secure network, you really see clearly that it will take place of gold to a large extent because it's more functional. We saw, and because as the CEO of BlackRock is saying here, is more functional than passing a bar of gold around. You can't take a bar of gold or two in your pocket when you take a plane, for instance, okay? So this is very, very important. And there is another influencer that I recommend, which is a little bit of a clown, but very clever. And he was actually right since 2011, already was saying Bitcoin was going to change the world. So this man knows a lot. And he's really marveled at this statement because he knows, because he was a trader, he knows that these people from BlackRock and all the major banks are really conservative minds. And these conservative minds are now saying that gold is past, and Bitcoin is better. All right. So let's conclude. As we saw before, so Bitcoin, so I'm going to move that. Maybe it's not easy. Yeah. Okay. So Bitcoin shares with gold the characteristic that they are both inflation proof, but gold is anyway 3% a year. Okay, it means like if you invest in 10 years, you will have 30% less. So gold, this is why gold is not so good as Bitcoin. Okay, both have a limited supply, but again, Bitcoin is deflationary, meaning that every 4 years you've got half of them, but Bitcoin is a little bit more inflationary because you've got 3% a year. So every 4 years you've got 12% more gold. Okay, and the last bit is like Bitcoin is better than gold because if you compare the traits of gold, you can see that is better at portability, security, divisibility, transactability, etc., etc., etc. Okay, thank you very much, and see you later. Bye-bye.